Hi, I'm Ally.
I'm Nick.
And this is the But Have You Tried bookshelf.
The post-summer reading.
The post-summer reading But Have You Tried bookshelf.
What a journey.
Yeah, which I have to say, I actually watched more movies than usual, but my book reading is a little scant.
Now, if my math is right, I think you beat your teen numbers for the previous year.
I did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was busy all the time. Kids, adults, the whole
I know.
thing.
So many people.
Yeah, Monday
so many books.
It was like, now we can breathe again.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we successfully colored our world.
Yeah, absolutely.
With summer.
If there's any part of the world that isn't colored, well, that's not our fault.
Yeah.
We did our best.
We left no stone unturned in the world coloring, so.
It's true.
Pretty good.
All right, well, what have you been up to besides surviving summer reading program?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about first? I saw some big movies.
I want to talk about that.
Okay, let's do it. Okay. I saw both Superman and Fantastic Four.
I also did.
Okay. Well, which one do you want to talk about first?
Well, Superman came out first, so maybe we should talk about that
Superman.
first.
Okay. How'd you feel?
I loved it. I had a great time.
It?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Crypto was great.
Yeah.
I mean, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois, absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Just the story, the tone. I don't know. I had a blast.
I have mixed feelings, and I think I need to see it again. Because
not in the drive-in?
No, I didn't see it in the drive-in, but yes, that is usually a solid recommendation. But no, I enjoyed it, but I didn't leave overwhelmed. I wasn't like, oh, I have to watch that again. That was so great. I was sort of indifferent to him as Superman. I felt like maybe it was, I don't know. I guess I'm just being grumpy. I just felt like it was too much. It was like trying to do the Justice League people and the Daily Planet. They both felt a little half-baked to me. The whole struggle in this the civil war with these two countries. It feels like, I know that was, spoiler alert, I guess, a bit of a red herring, but that also seemed like it ultimately led to nothing. And I don't know. I was excited. Are we going to spoil this? I mean,
I don't know.
Well, somebody pops in the end, and I was like, hey, I was excited about that. But overall, it was just kind of like a 3-star to me. I was like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
what did you like about it?
It felt very optimistic in some ways. I felt like the Superman personality and tone felt really right in a way that isn't always the case.
Certainly not most recently.
Right. I liked the way that some of the conflicts felt very real world, but also very classic. Lex Luthor felt very, very classic Lex Luthor, but also very sometimes we have problems with these, scary billionaire bad guys in real life too. Yeah. And I mean, Crypto was great.
Yeah.
And I mean, Rachel Brosnahan, no notes.
Yeah, I thought she was a great Lois, and I thought that scene between the two of them with the interview, that we saw in the trailer and everything, I really enjoyed that scene. This is the second version of Superman where the Clark Kent persona is just totally gone, and I do kind of miss that. I mean, we got the one scene where he's hapless and everything, but I sort of like the duality of that. I like watching him try to fit in, with other people, and then also going out and being Superman. I think that's kind of a crucial piece to it, especially in an invulnerable character, to show his vulnerabilities are a little bit more human, which I think they tried to do with that third act speech that he shot at Lex Luthor, which I felt fell flat. But
you think so?
Maybe I'm just a grumpy old man.
I don't know what to tell you.
I see it in your eyes that that you want me. You think I want you to get off my lawn or something. So, I have to own that. I don't know. Maybe it's just my own thing.
Well, maybe you'll feel differently when you watch it again.
I hope. I genuinely hope. I'm not in a place where I'm I want to hate on these movies. And I would not say that I hated it, or even that I particularly disliked it. It was just
it just didn't quite do it for you.
What I really liked about something like Superman Returns, for example, is he has these moments where he seems sort of regal and powerful and sort of is accepting that responsibility, and this was more of an adorkable Superman 100% of the time, which I don't know. I miss those other elements. I
kind of like the slightly adorable Superman because I feel I enjoy when you can see him having a somewhat different persona as Clark and as Superman, but you can also see that it's the same person. Yeah. And all the things that make him Clark Kent are still present when he's Superman. He's still kind of that weirdo little guy, but like also he's a superhero and acting in more serious situations, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of fun. But I mean, I can understand why you might not be into it.
I think I'm just going to have a weird relationship with this movie. I'm not a huge James Gunn fan anyway, which I mentioned before, and it is very much like his style, which has never quite landed right for me. Just as a
the one scene where
you know?
he like punches someone and you see like a close up of their tooth like flying out of the mouth. I was like, that's very James Gunn. It feels very Guardians.
Where Mr. Terrific and Lois are rolling in on that portal and she gets in a bubble and then he uses the T-spheres. It's just exactly Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy with the little like whistle thing. So it's like, I don't know, I've seen it before. And like Lex rolling into the Fortress of Solitude and like the fur and everything, like they did that in Superman Returns, and just a lot of things where I was like, I've seen this before and maybe I liked it better other times. But
well, sorry, dude.
Yeah, Man of Steel has such a dark tone that those two movies facing off, it would be weird because there are things that I really like about Man of Steel and there are things that I enjoyed about this, but I guess neither one beat Superman Returns for me.
Okay.
I think I'm going to give my favorite recent iteration of Superman to Superman and Lois.
Yeah, I mean, I think probably same. Like, I really, really liked this new one. And, I mean, it's possible that, like, if they do some more Superman movies, it could overtake Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty high bar for me. You know, like, it feels like, I don't know, the spiritual sequel to, like, Lois and Clark, but, like, somehow better, even, I would say.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If Lex's whole plan is to kill Superman, I don't know why he doesn't do it when he has him subdued by kryptonite at gunpoint, but it's fine. It's fine.
So what did you think about Fantastic Four?
Not everything has to connect. I loved Fantastic Four.
I also loved Fantastic Four.
And I mean, Superman I was worried because of James Gunn, and I just felt like, you know, that style. But I didn't really have any feelings or expectations about Fantastic Four other than just like, I guess I'll see it eventually. That was as much enthusiasm as I could muster. And it was like a Saturday, and it was like, well, we got time to kill. We're around a movie theater. Let's go see Fantastic Four. And then I loved it. I mean, I just thought it was so good. I thought the cast was perfect. I thought the tone was just right.
And like the vibes, the like retro future aesthetic. Yeah. I thought was really well done.
Yeah.
And really
consistent.
Cool. Yeah.
Like it never really dropped the ball, but it also never really felt like the Jetsons or something. You know what I mean? Like it was very cohesive. When it started, I was like, why would you take Pedro Pascal, who's like the most charismatic man in the world, and put him in this like drop dead boring role? But after like a few scenes, I was like, oh no, I get it. I get what's happening. Like I get this side of Reed that you're seeing and everything. I thought the way the team connected with each other was really good. I mean, it did have that family vibe, which is something that can often work against the Fantastic Four because you have a married couple, a brother and a sister, and one other guy. So what sort of like interpersonal entanglements can you have? It's just like one family who largely gets along, you know? And so that can sometimes be boring. Like trying to read it in the comics, it's like, okay.
Well, okay.
Have fun.
It's the Fantastic Four.
Whatever. But I felt like they really found something there, and I thought the Silver Surfer was amazing. Like, I really liked that. I mean, she rolled in, and I was like, ooh, and then everything that happened after.
Well, and I feel like just the concept of the Silver Surfer is like innately a bit ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
And so, like, to have that play well, I feel like is really impressive.
But this really leaned into, so the Fantastic Four is created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Stan Lee, the writer. Jack Kirby is the artist, though he would usually plot the things as well, and Stan Lee would sort of fill in the blanks. But the trippiness of what's going on with the Silver Surfer and this whole dilemma that she's put in this position of, in order to save her world, she has to damn other worlds. And Galactus with this giant figure and then this really elaborate costume and everything. It's just like pure Jack Kirby. So they really leaned into the Kirby-esque, like, larger than life, like these are crazy concepts thing, and put it in with the Fantastic Four in a way that makes perfect sense. And I don't know, I just thought it was just a really well done and a really powerful movie. I also expected it to go a different way. Like I don't want to spoil these movies so much, but I expected there to be more of a connection to the main MCU by the end of the movie. And I was delighted that didn't happen.
Yeah, me too.
Because now
I was kind of worried about how the whole movie I was like kind of anticipating a like, you know, Captain America the First Avenger ending where it's just like, well, I mean, now I'm just sad. You know what I mean?
Right. And we really didn't have that, which is great because now it can truly function as a standalone. Like, if you're not interested in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars or whatever, like, this can still just be
its own thing.
Its own little thing.
Which is nice.
Though I wish that we were going to see them again before they were just thrown in.
Yeah, I am worried about that. I have a hard time imagining how that won't be weird.
Yeah.
But maybe, just I need to have a better imagination and it will happen.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
But I think that's what's so smart of like the filmmakers. There's nothing that says they can't go to another world. I mean, they've established that they can. I mean, they have the technology to do that. And so you don't really need to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, whereas some of the other movies that are set in this that kind of function pretty well, and then clearly it's like, okay, this is setting up something else. This works to set them up to go somewhere else without hitting you over the head with it. So you really could just watch this
and have that
as
be
its own thing,
which is kind of nice.
And you're never stuck with an unresolved tease or anything like that.
Right?
So
yeah,
that was the big shocker for me. The amount that I liked this movie.
Yeah, that's fair. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did either.
I would maybe
I was kind of like, all right,
it.
we'll see. I think I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I felt like the costuming was great.
Yeah.
The outfits that they had looked so like, superhero-y outfit, but also so like just kind of normal and like they made sense for the world. I feel like I need to make just a fan page for Sue Storm's hair because that was fantastic throughout.
Yeah.
It's like, what do I need to do to make my hair look like that?
They also got, I thought the way they used all of the powers was really good, because the stretchy powers can be so stupid. Like, it can look so stupid. And I think that's part of what holds back, like, the ones from the early aughts is that it's just kind of silly.
Yeah.
So I don't think they held back on using the powers. It's just the way they had Mr. Fantastic stretch and the times they used it, I felt like really added to it. And also, this is the first time I think the Invisible Woman's powers have accurately been portrayed. That it's not just...
Yeah, they let her be powerful, which I feel like was cool.
Well, think about all the cool things she did in this one. And in the old one, she turned invisible, and then it was just you saw her underwear. So that's kind of the difference that they're bringing to Sue Storm in the new movie.
It's a world of difference, I would say.
That she is like, a complete character and the most powerful one,
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how they were going to make Galactus work, and they did. I wasn't sure how they were going to make Silver Surfer work, and they did. So, not the takeaway I expected, but I'm delighted by it.
Mm-hmm.
I also watched one called Molly and Max in the Future.
Oh,
this is one that I watched on Canopy, which is an app that anybody can access with their library card. You just log in. You can add it to your tablet or a smart TV or a Roku or anything like that. And you log in with your library card. You can watch free movies and shows. This is called Molly and Max in the Future, and it's basically When Harry Met Sally, but in a crazy futuristic world.
That sounds kind of fun.
And that's the bottom line of that movie, and it was pretty good. I mean, you had to just sort of be like, okay,
we're just accepting it.
I'm gonna roll with this. Yeah, it wasn't like, it was purposely. Like, the sets and the costumes and everything were kind of hokey. And, and the situations were so extreme, and they were very blasé about them. So it's, like, stylized to the max.
Right.
But I do think it works.
Okay.
So
that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah. What else did you watch movie-wise?
I also watched the movie Arrival. I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of the right one.
Like with Amy Adams?
Yeah.
From Man of Steel? Superman?
Yeah,
okay.
her. Yeah.
That's a great movie also.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm always, like, a little nervous with, like, alien movies because sometimes they do things that just really gross me out.
Yeah, but these are space octopi.
I know.
I mean,
they came on and I was like, all right.
You were safe,
I'm sold. But they didn't do anything that really grossed me out, and I thought the movie was really interesting, and I had a great time.
The way everything coalesces at the end, I think is kind of masterfully done.
Yeah, I agree. It's very well put together.
It's a cool vibe.
There's some really cool moments.
That's based on a short story, I'm pretty sure.
That kind of makes sense. It has that sci-fi short story vibe.
Yeah. I'm always impressed by something like that because the mode of communication is so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not just like, in Star Trek or something where it's like this symbol means this. It's like a whole,
just like completely different. Yeah, and I felt like they did a good job of making it feel truly alien because a lot of sci-fi stuff I feel like can kind of like softball the alienness of aliens sometimes. And sometimes that's fine. It works for the story. But I feel like it's cool sometimes to be like, no, this is just like so different from anything you've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool. So I had a great time. I also watched a movie called Yesterday, which is the one, where the guy like wakes up. Well, he like gets into like a bike accident, and there's like also a like a blackout. And he wakes up and no one else remembers the Beatles except for him. And so he like starts putting out Beatles songs. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good time.
Okay.
I feel like it's like, I don't know, that like very light sci-fi to make the story work kind of a thing can be really fun. And I felt like the acting was good. Kate McKinnon was in it, which I wasn't expecting. Ed Sheeran was in it, which I wasn't expecting.
Okay.
I feel like there was an era of movies where it was just like you watched the movie and it just felt very classic and like complete.
Yeah.
And I miss that, and I feel like this, that really hit that for me.
Yeah.
So that's what I've got for movies.
Okay.
You haven't seen Yesterday, have you?
No, I haven't.
I feel like...
I don't know why I mean, I love the Beatles and everything.
Yeah, I feel like with your love of the Beatles, you should.
Yeah.
It would make sense to me.
Maybe I will.
What do I know? Do we want to talk shows?
Let's do it.
What have you got for shows?
I finished, well, we've been talking a lot about superheroes, but I did finish Ironheart.
Oh, nice.
It's a tight 6 episodes, which is nice. And
yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it was pretty solid overall. It was one of those shows where there was like certain elements, like the relationship with her and her friend, and then that sort of like, there's an AI element to that. And I found that all really intriguing. And I found the heisty parts and everything less interesting.
Okay.
So I was sort of like bouncing back and forth between interests and sort of like, yeah, this is pretty typical. It certainly ends on an intriguing note. So I'm curious to see where the characters go from there. And I have no concept of what Marvel's plan is, you know.
Yeah.
It seems like every movie for the last 10 years has teased some crazy, you know, Harry Styles shows up at the end of Eternals and stuff, and it's like, well, that's
and that
it,
just
you know?
hasn't gone anywhere.
We're never going to see that again. So I don't know if this is just going to go to the, you know, the wasteland of unfulfilled promises, but
I know we'll probably get around to watching it at some point, but we have not started it yet.
It's pretty standalone. I mean, you know, that character you've only seen in Wakanda Forever, and it stays pretty true to that. I've read the comics as well, which are so like it takes so long to set up the premise that by the end it's over, you know.
Yeah.
So they're kind of okay, but the character I think has a lot of potential, and I liked the overall production.
Nice.
I mean, I guess I should tell you, I'm also watching Eyes of Wakanda, which is the other new, it's just a 4-episode anthology, animated. And we watched the first episode, and it was cool.
Nice.
And I think that's it for my Marvel and DC viewing.
Knew that was coming out.
It's brand new. It just came out.
I'm behind the times.
We're still doing our Cheers. Well, it's a rewatch for me. My wife has not seen it, so we're still doing Cheers. And we're late in the game. We're like season 8 or something. And really loving the current season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Nice. She got to get on board. And I have checked out from the David A. Howe Public Library Wednesday season 1, which is my assignment.
I was curious if you had started that or not.
No, I watched the 3 episodes I've already watched. So, you know.
So yes and no.
Yeah, I guess. Sure. Yep. What about you? Did you watch any television shows?
We are still going with The Good Place.
What season are you in now? Whatever disc Caleb puts in.
3.
Okay. All right.
I want to say I could be wrong. So much has gone down that I feel like it's really hard to have any concept of seasons because it's like things change so quickly and not always in line with the season changes. You know what I mean? But I'm still having a great time. I feel as though there's something else that we've been watching, but I can't remember what it was. But as of this recording, season 2 of Wednesday dropped last night.
Oh,
and we watched the first episode.
Wow. Okay.
So far so good.
And the last one I want to say came out in 1992. Is that right?
Something like that.
It's been a while. Okay.
Yeah, some of the characters, like some of the like younger characters, are a lot taller.
Oh yeah.
And they kind of comment on, and they're at the age where like you really do spring up over a summer. So like,
I mean, not you, but other people.
Well, yes,
other people.
It could happen that you might spring up in height over a summer or something like that. So I'm really excited about that. I'm a little nervous that they'll like flub it. You know what I mean? But like
Isn't Lady Gaga
optimistic.
in this season?
I don't know.
That's weird. I think that's true.
Billie Piper from Doctor Who is in.
Oh.
Which I thought was a weird pull, but like so far I'm feeling like it's working. So we'll see.
All right.
But that's all I've got for shows.
Okay. Books?
Books. I'm scant on books.
Okay. Well, I finished one called Death in Denmark by Amelia Malati, and this is set in Copenhagen, and it's the first of the Gabriel Priest novels. And he is a former cop who's now a PI, and he gets pulled into this case by an ex, and it's like, this is an open and shut case. We have the right person, but there's some whispers that maybe that's not quite true. And it deals with like the prime minister, and there's a whole portion involved to like their history with the Nazis and things like that. So there's like a lot going on. So he gets in the thick of this, and things start happening that encourage him to continue. And it was really good. I just kind of came across it, discovered it. We have it here.
That does sound interesting.
And this is the first book, and I saw that the character, Gabriel Priest, is in. There's a second book that came out in 2024. So looks like it's the start of a new ongoing series, or at the very least there's 2. And I definitely plan to read the next one. For our Books and Brews book club, we're currently reading The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. And this came out, I don't know, a long time ago, maybe 10 years ago. And I remember I was at a library conference, when it was just coming out, and they were promoting it, and I got an advanced copy of the audiobook on CD, which I think is still sitting on my desk. I never listened to it. And so when it was selected for the book club, I was like, all right, that book. So I'm liking it. It's about this couple. She's an artist, and maybe they're both artists. It doesn't matter. But the husband dies, and she's found with a body and will not speak. And so years pass, and she hasn't spoken. And she's gone through the court case. She's in a hospital, hasn't spoken, and a new therapist gets assigned to her and gets kind of obsessed with what the heck is happening in this situation. So it's a pretty good read so far.
That does sound interesting.
Yeah, I don't really, I'm probably 75% through it. I don't know. I have no idea. Did she kill her husband? I don't know. Why won't she talk? I don't know. I don't even have a guess.
She's traumatized.
Well, yeah, sure, she's traumatized, but something is at play here.
It's true.
So, no, I'm intrigued by that. And then I'm reading Thor. So there's one more Marvel thing. Sorry about that. Thor, God of Thunder, Reborn by Jason Aaron. And this is still in the era where Thor does not have Mjolnir. I think Jane Foster maybe still has Mjolnir. So he's going through... It's like every mission he's on, he destroys a new hammer, and they build them a new one because they're not Mjolnir. So he's just like... So it's fun.
Okay.
And the art is very cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you have books that you want to talk about?
I have a few things. I finished Right Through It by Kate McKeon, which we talked about, which is all about agents and publishing and stuff.
Gotcha.
I finished The Grand Tour, which I think we also talked about, which is that like epistolary magic in the Victorian era kind of thing. I also finished A Pirate's Life for Tea, which is the second book in that like cozy teas and tomes fantasy.
Yeah, do
Rebecca
we not
Thorne.
have that series?
I don't know if we do actually, because I did listen to it on Libby. Maybe we have to order it.
I ordered it on Libby, so I know we have it.
We have it on
Libby,
for sure.
I don't think we have physical copies.
Well, maybe we need to get them.
Maybe we need to.
They're really good.
They're cool looking.
They do look cool, yeah. And I feel like if you like enjoy Legends and Lattes or anything like that, it's like they're very like similar in a good way, not in a derivative way.
Speaking of Legends and Lattes, we had to get a replacement copy of the prequel. What is that called? Like
Bookshops and Bone Dust?
Yeah. And the replacement copy is the hardcover with like the fancy gilded pages and everything.
I'll have to look at it.
It looks really cool.
It sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Ugh, amazing. Okay. And there's a third one, which I'm going to read soon, but I have not started it because I started The Way of Kings audiobook by Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah.
This is the first of the Stormlight Archives. It's massive. The audiobook is like 45 hours. And I'm like 30% of the way through.
That's a lot of hours.
Yeah. And the audiobook will like be returned to Libby in like a couple of days. I don't remember how many I have left. So I'm going to have to get out the physical book and keep going there. But I'm enjoying it so far. And I feel like with these big books, it does help me a lot to like start with the audiobook and get a ways in. And then when the audiobook has to be returned, go with the physical book. Because then you don't have that like just sheer overwhelm of like looking at all of the pages that you have to read. I feel like that makes a big difference. And sometimes I'll even like go back and forth a little bit. Yeah. Like read when I can and then like audiobook when I can. So enjoying it so far. And then I also just started a mystery called The Sicilian Inheritance by Joe Piazza. And this is one that I was just looking through the mystery shelf and I saw it and the cover was really cool looking. It was like this Italian house and someone peeking out the window and the text was really cool. And I was just like, all right. I'm taking it home with me.
Okay.
But I'm enjoying it so far. It's got a little bit of like a dual timeline thing going on. This woman is going back to Italy to like investigate some old family business.
Gotcha.
And then there's like flashbacks to her like great-grandmother, I think, living in Italy and like some parallels. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go yet, but I'm finding it intriguing.
Okay. That sounds nice.
And that's all I've got for books.
The Way of Kings. I mean, that's going to take you.
I know. It's going to take a while. We're going to be talking about that for months.
Well, I mean, I didn't bring it up because I figured people were sick of hearing it, but I am still reading that Ulysses S. Grant biography by Ron Chernow.
Oh, good.
I keep thinking that I must be getting close because I've been bouncing back and forth between the audiobook. So I jumped back on the audiobook, and it was like, you have 13 hours left. And I was like, what?
That's like a normal book would be that much.
What do you mean?
That's a lot.
But
that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's all I can say.
It's still happening. I went to Jellystone Park.
How was it?
It's Yogi Bear themed, so starting from fun. It was good. It was my son, my little brother, and I. And we stayed in what they call a glamping tent.
Oh, nice.
So it's just a permanent tent that they have set up, but there were like beds and even like a fan, like a sort of an air conditioner fan that kept it relatively cool in there, which was good because it was like 90 degrees out. So we stayed a couple of nights, and it was right on a little lake. It was a very mucky lake. We fell in a couple of times, and I was like, ooh, okay.
Fun.
But no parasites yet, so that's great. But there were kayaks and things that you could just like grab and go out on the lake and stuff. And we all did it. My son like took right to it, and we spent a lot of time just like kayaking around this little lake.
That's really fun.
Yeah, we had a really good time. And then I also went to a concert. My brother lives in Batavia, so the last several years we've gone to the Batavia Downs because they have outdoor concerts. And this year we saw Lou Gramm of Foreigner, classic like 70s, 80s rock. There's probably things you would recognize from Foreigner.
I'd recognize, but I sure don't know the name.
Yeah, that's all right. Cold as Ice, do you know that one? Okay, it doesn't matter.
I don't always recognize the titles either. It's like just the chorus, play a few notes, and maybe it'll start something.
I'll get out the ukulele. And Foreigner is best heard on a ukulele. I think we can all agree. But that was cool. It was like he did mostly, because he's like the lead singer from Foreigner, so he did all Foreigner songs except for like one solo hit, and it was just a good time. Totally packed, like completely packed with people. Because it's like a big, like a horse track, and so you're in the center. And so you just bring a chair or whatever. And we've gone to these many times, and it's never been a problem. We got here for this one, and it was like, I've never seen that many people together. And I was like, wow, for the former lead singer of Foreigner. Good for him.
Wow.
Really pulling the crowds. So it was good, and that means I've been listening to a lot of Foreigner leading up to that.
Nice.
So,
you got to prepare.
Yeah, Hot Blooded. That's another famous. It doesn't matter.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I'll get the uke. Don't even worry about it.
Perfect.
What about the rest of your life?
I finished knitting a swancho, which is like a sweater poncho hybrid.
Okay, well that makes sense.
It's like the sleeves don't separate until like the elbow, so it's like really loose, but then you've got the arms. And this is the first color work that I've done, so it's like this kind of flower pattern with like different shades of green and red and yellow. And I think it came out pretty good, except for like a weird little mistake situation that I'm pretending isn't noticeable. But otherwise, and I really enjoyed working on it. And then I was like, I still want to be crafting, but I feel like maybe I need to take just a little break from knitting.
Yeah.
So then when Caleb and I went to see Fantastic Four.
I still must be crafting in some way.
Yeah, I need
a new.
I feel like I feel really like restless if I don't have some kind of craft or making thing to work on.
Okay.
I don't know.
Cross-stitch?
Yeah, that's true.
Have you tried cross-stitch?
I have tried cross-stitch. I feel like I need a little break from cross-stitch too, but I'm sure it'll circle back around.
Yeah.
When Caleb and I went to see Fantastic Four, we stopped at a fabric store, and I got 2 different colors of flannel fabric, and I made a cloak. And I sort of made the pattern myself because I had an idea for a pattern I was going to use, and then the fabric wasn't wide enough, so I had to like figure out a whole different thing. I was doing all kinds of geometry, and I made it fully reversible and with pockets, and it's fairly warm because of the flannel, and I'm incredibly excited about it.
Flannel.
And you'll probably see me this fall just walking around the streets in my cloak because I need an excuse to wear this.
You do. You always had a cloak pattern inside of you.
It's true.
And now you finally found the medium to release it.
It's true.
That's great.
Yeah.
Happy for you.
But so I had a lot of fun doing that. I did it in like 3 days of like hyperfixation to de-stress from summer reading.
Sounds like you should have a side business of selling cloaks.
It's kind of expensive, though. It's a lot of fabric.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Unless I find like a really cheap fabric.
Just get old bed sheets, you know?
Yeah, that could maybe
sheets.
Work, actually, to be honest.
Okay.
Just like thrift them or something.
Well, if you do that, I get a cut, obviously. I get a commission.
Yeah, it was your idea, so it's only fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's most of what I've been up to.
Yeah, okay. Well, it sounds like an active month.
Yeah. So don't forget to finish season 1 of Wednesday.
I won't.
2 weeks from now.
Okay.
We'll talk about it. And I'll be watching season 2.
Okay.
And I'll have to not tell you any spoilers.
Yes. You know what? Speaking of Wednesday and by extension the Addams Family, I got in from one of the other libraries a collection of the old Charles Addams comics that all this is based on. And I think you should read some.
All right, I'll take a look.
We can talk about that a little bit.
That sounds good. I can do that.
So I will do that, and then 2 weeks. So I gotta get cracking.
Well, we watched all of it in like I want to say less than 2 weeks. So I think it should be achievable.
It's 10 episodes, right? Something like
it
that.
might be 8.
Oh.
It's not that many.
Even better.
And then it's like,
Even
I feel
better.
like, well, what happened to us is we watched one and then we watched another one. We were like, yeah, we're enjoying it. And then we watched another one. We were like, okay, and now we're watching them all.
Yeah, you're that deep in. I mean, you might as well. Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right, I can do it. I've committed.
I'm excited.
I've committed thusly. Well, I guess I'll see you then.
Sounds good.
Okay, bye.
Bye.